I like the topic today of blending into the young adult audience as an adult writer. Two of the questions, the how will you blend in as an adult writer creating something for a young adult audience, and how will you make your voice authentic and cause your readers to forget that you're an adult writer. I think with both of those, it's as far as the blending as the writer in creating something for the young adult audience, I think it's you have to create a story that they can relate to the characters very well and they can escape into that world you have created for a while, and it seems like it's almost real, like with Harry Potter, let's say, for example. And to make your voice authentic and cause your readers to forget you're an adult writer, I have bounced my ideas and shared some of my work with friends that are YA writers, and they've given me plenty of feedback as well. And I have nieces and nephews that are of that age range that I have talked to them as well and gotten feedback on stuff as well, and they will tell me, that we don't really talk like that, or we, this or that, and they tell me what interests them and what doesn't, and basically what's working in it and what's not. Who are some of the authors whose voice and style you admire or dislike? I really don't dislike anybody. The ones I do admire for sure are authors like Suzanne Collins with the Hunger Games, J.K. Rowling with the Harry Potter series, Rochelle Mead with her Bloodlines series and Vampire Academy series. Also Cassandra Clare with the Mortal Instruments series, and those are the ones I admire. And what I like about them is, for example, with Rochelle Mead and Suzanne Collins, they wrote theirs in first person, which is kind of interesting, as to where with the Mortal Instruments series it was third person. And I find that it's kind of unique that I think the voice and the authenticity of the voice has to do with what is right for the story, how you want to tell that story. Do you want to tell it from the character's perspective of the first person, or do you want to do the third person overall point of view? And is there a point of view that you think works better for a YA audience? I think it depends, like I said, about what kind of story you want to tell and the perspective you want to use as far as the voice, what the voice is saying as far as the characters and telling the story. And is there a point of view to avoid? They all have their pros and cons and their advantages and disadvantages of it. The point of view has to be right to tell the story, I believe. And as you start writing and you find the voice for the characters and the story, you will know whether you want to write it in first person or third person, and which even of the third person you want to do, third person limited, or the others that are under third person. For me, it's been funny with this is I have several stories I'm working on, and they're all written in third person, but I've been looking more and more and thinking about, even with Town Curse, as far as Nathan's point of view, I'm thinking, I like the third person, and I've always written in the third person, but I'm beginning to wonder if maybe sometimes with some of the stories, like with Town Curse, that maybe it should be first person point of view. So I'm going back and working on that and writing scenes from the first person as well to see which one would actually work.